In this video, I'll show you how to properly set up and install your Nightstick TWM Weapon Mounted Light onto your handgun. Before I get started, a quick word about safety. Please be sure to read, understand, and follow all of the safety instructions for your handgun. And always double check to make sure your firearm is in a safe and unloaded condition before doing any kind of work on it. As you can see, the magazine has been removed and there are no rounds in the chamber. Additionally, I don't have any ammunition anywhere near where I'm working. Let's take a quick look at the contents that come with your new Nightstick TWM. Included in the box, you'll find the light, 2 CR123 batteries, 4 small bags with 2 sets of crossrail inserts each, and a 5th bag that contains 4 crossrail insert screws and an Allen wrench, and, of course, the instruction manual. The first step is to install the batteries. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, undo the battery door retention screw. Then insert the batteries into the light, making sure that they're oriented according to the battery orientation symbols on the side of the light. Now, press the battery door back into place and tighten the screw. This screw needs to be tightened only to the point of being snug. No need to over-tighten. Now that we have the batteries installed, the next step is to determine the correct crossrail insert and the correct crossrail slot location to install it into. We've actually made this very simple. If you go to www.mynightstick.com/nightstick-twm-setup/, you'll be able to view or print out the TWM setup list. This document shows all of the most popular makes and models of handguns that the TWM will fit onto and provides a cross-reference for selecting the right insert and the proper location for its installation. All you have to do is find your particular make and model in the left-hand column and then look to the right to determine which of the 4 crossrail inserts to use and which of the crossrail slots onto the light that you'll install the insert into. When you look at each of the 4 insert bags, you'll see the part number is marked on each one. To locate the correct crossrail slot on the light, start at the slot nearest to the bezel and count 1, 2, 3, and 4. Easy. So, in my case, installation on my Glock G17 will require me to use one of the GL inserts and then install it in the number 3 slot location. Okay, now that we've selected the correct insert and have determined where it needs to be installed, it's time to put it all together. Using the Allen wrench and 2 of the crossrail insert screws, begin by positioning the crossrail insert into the appropriate location on the TWM. Next, take one of the cap head screws, place it on the long end of the Allen wrench, and get it started. Then, repeat that same process with the second one. Now all you have to do is tighten them down. Getting these tight is important, but do not over-tighten them. Let the flex in the Allen wrench tell you that you have them tight enough. A quick word about using blue thread locker. It is not required. Its use is completely optional, but just remember that if you do use it, you must follow the manufacturer's recommendations for the time it takes for the thread locking compound to cure. Depending on the brand, that could be 24 hours or more. But regardless of whether you use a thread locker or not, it's always a good idea to periodically check these cap head screws for tightness. The next step is to install the TWM on the handgun. Begin by making sure that the cross tension screw is fully loosened up. Now, while holding the handgun in my left hand and the TWM in my right, I'll push in on the cross tension screw to fully open the rail grabbers. Angling the TWM a little bit allows the insert to slip into the slot on your handgun's frame and the opposite side of the rail grabbers to catch the rail on the left side of the frame. At this point, I'll release the pressure on the cross tension screw and move the light forwards and backwards a little just to make sure that the insert is fully seated into the slot. While holding the light and handgun in place with one hand, I'll start to tighten the cross tension screw with my thumb and index finger. I'll continue doing this until it feels snug. It's always a good idea at this point to give the light a little bit of a wiggle and then try to tighten the cross tension screw a little more. Once I have this fully tightened down by hand, I'll use a quarter to really lock the light onto the handgun's frame. Continue tightening as much as you need to in order to make sure that it is tight. And as is always the case with attachments or accessories mounted to your firearms, you should periodically check to make sure that this screw remains tight. Depending on the make and model of your handgun, you may be able to install 2 of the crossrail inserts instead of just 1. Simply follow the recommendations found in the TWM setup list if that's the case. Once you're done and you've checked the switch operation, your new Nightstick TWM is ready for use. If you have any questions or if we can be of any assistance, please contact our customer service department by calling 800-233-2155. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.